not correct.
When they bring from Nigeria,
For the love of the game, right?
Tomorrow, so don't doubt me, praise that Jehovah take away my sorrow. And thank God that I live today, and thank God that I get tomorrow. So don't doubt me, praise that Jehovah take away my sorrow. Stay my guide, my business are in mind. Now money I find.
Alex! Leave it first! Yes, the battery.
Find game. Find game.
Some action for you there in the world of rugby. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Adini Ajishafe. We'll be looking at some stories trending in the world of sport as we'll be talking about Super Falcons, not forgetting Nigerian Football Federation. Let's start from international friendly. Super Falcons arrived Japan as 2 players joined team. Well, right now the Super Falcons are ready to face the team of Japan, the one they call the Koshi. They'll be playing the friendly against them. Well, that will be over there in Kobe, Japan. Our ladies are ready to at least file out against this particular team that actually won the World Cup to fine-tune their performance ahead of the World Cup that will be coming up in Australia. Hopefully, the ladies will do us proud, although they have never beaten Japan in every time they've met. But this time around, who knows? Maybe they can turn things around. We're having Amoni Feromi from Lagos, who will be talking to us concerning all the stories we'll be talking about on the show. Good to have you, Amoni Feromi.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for.
We're talking about Super Falcons arrived Japan as 2 players joined them. Right now, the ladies are trying to fine-tune the team ahead of the World Cup, and they are trying to see how they can play against strong teams to see how they can be better off before the Mundial start for the ladies.
Thank you very much. The friendship the team, and we saw how the Super Eagles are played against Algeria, and now the Super Falcons are going to be playing Japan, the Japanese side. And don't forget, they are very, very strong side. They were once champions years back, and now I think Super Falcons are the one that is going to learn. It's for the Super Falcons to grow themselves together, to harmonize the team together. The game they played in the United States against the United Ladies, we saw that the
Even though the Super Falcons, we know they've been very fantastic in Africa and at the world level, they really need to at least make that statement. Since 1999, we've been attending almost all the World Cup. We have never at least missed anyone. And this time around, we hope our ladies will do us proud because Africa, rather Nigerians, want to see Super Falcons performing well. At least this time around, we want to even see an African team exceeding beyond quarterfinals and at least get to the semi-final of the World Cup, even for men and women. Although Super Falcons, like you said, they are going to be facing a very strong side, Japan. We know how good they are when it comes to women football, and they will be doing everything possible to also make sure they win at home. But our Falcons are equal to the task, despite the fact that we may not be having the whole full squad, but we have capable players who are actually capable enough to play for Nigeria. But still talking about Super Falcons, you look at the performance at the Nations Cup for women, where they were able to they came fourth. They were beaten by Zambia. And now, if you want to judge it between that Nations Cup and now, how can you rate Super Falcons looking at the friendly play against Canada?
Okay, thank you very much, Adishafe. If you look at the play, for me, it was not really a very good performance. The way they played in the WAFCON in Morocco, it really showed that if you are a leader, if you are at one time champion and you don't upgrade yourself, before you know it, some teams can actually come out and overcome you and overtake your present state or position. And now look at the way that they were young legs into the sport. That's one of the basic things about the friendly against United States, and we're able to, and I can say that we were defeated, but that we've never scored against the United States for years, and we're able to from Rashidat and Jibadi goal during the second leg of the friendlies. So I think that's that we're able to achieve. Although the success is still in beats, but I can assure you that those beats we definitely make a very big one very soon.
Okay, good one there. We've been talking with Fermi Omoni from Lagos, who is joining us via Skype, and it has been a good one concerning Super Falcons. Hopefully, they will do us proud against Japan in the FIFA International Window for Women. Now, let's talk about Nigerian Football Federation. The new president has just been voted in on Friday, talking about Ibrahim Gusau right now, as promised, inclusive NFF board vows to resuscitate NPFL, Nigerian Professional Football League, must get back on its feet, and that is what the new president is actually advocating for. He wants to make sure he has an inclusive NFF board where everything functions, every department will be able to work together, and hopefully we hope this will happen because for a while now our NPFL, NLO, they've all been struggling when it comes to issue of administration, but right now we hope we can get it right when it comes to this new administration that is at the helm of affairs there. Well, Omoni, do you agree with this? The fact that he has promised to include an inclusive NFF board and hammering on NPFL resuscitation.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, one of the things we need to know, especially when you're getting a new leadership after some years previous administration. Right now, you need to bring in everybody. Everybody has a point. Everybody has an agenda. Everybody has a goal. And even and something that so far it's a federation thing. It does not have to do with a political party or anything, which means even your counterparts who lost in the elections can also be invited to add one or two things to the board. So for me, it's a very good one that Gusau is actually saying this. I hope he actually meant what he's saying, because sometimes we've seen administrators or leaders who at one point they will actually say something, and at the end of the day we don't see the result he said, because never even did it in the first place. So that's another thing that I think is very, very important. The first thing is to say it. Another thing is to actually do it. They said it. So inclusiveness is very, very important for any leader that wants to achieve anything, especially in Nigeria. You have to bring everybody, at least half point from somebody. Is done. I so can actually bring in boards and how we can actually league get started. But now league must actually get a better shape than the way we've been experiencing under Majupin and the other stakeholders involved in the Nigerian Professional Football League under the Shotiko and the like. So I think we just need for Gusau. I know he has actually seen a lot of things. He's an experienced administrator. He has spent over 10 years as FA chairman in Sapara State, which means he has actually seen a lot of lacunas when it comes to Nigerian football system. So right now, I think for him now, he does not really have an excuse not to perform well. Rather, he has to even do better than what Amajupini and other boards, what they were able to do during 8 years of their administration. So I just think that he needs to into it to see how NPFL will get best and we actually top up as what we used to know the Nigerian league before.
From Fermi there, well, we just have to see how we can get back our NPFL and all, the league actually on its feet, because we just have to get it right. Our league can be better than this. It can be glamorous. We can make it more popular by adding more value to it. All the hypes that English Premier League is actually getting today, all of them work together. All hands must be on deck for us to have an NPFL that is functioning in Nigeria. Coming from the NFF president, Ibrahim Gusau there. Now let's go to Lagos, where we talk about the NLO Super 8 to determine the winner of this year's edition of the Nationwide League One. The Super 8, 8 teams are fighting for honors in this Super 8. Melantaki, Madiba, Police Barretta secure wins in the matches they played just yesterday at the Legacy Pitch in Surulere, Lagos. Let's look at the result as it went down over there in Lagos. Melantaki KFC 2-1 against FC Ebede, where Awal Abba and Abdulaziz Meyadi scored two goals for Melantaki KFC of FCT against FC Ebede, where Odekunle Muslim was able to pull one back. Madiba FC pipped Junior Dambura 1-0, where you have Solomon Aliyu scoring for them. Police Barretta 1, Aspire FC 0, Bidemi Owuku, where there was actually that scored that goal. Smart FC shared the sport against Kum Khalifa FC, where Jalil Latif and Daniel Unwagu were the scorers of those goals. Well, good one. That's the first match that actually matches went down among the 8 teams, and today they will continue where they stopped yesterday by fighting for honors. Today we'll be bringing you more concerning days. But Fermi, I'm sure you are in Lagos, you know what's happening concerning that particular competition, the Nationwide League One, where they are fighting for honors. Madiba FC, Melantaki Kia, Smart FC, Ebede, all of them yesterday, they really fought hard. But the likes of Police Barretta, Melantaki Kia, they won their matches.
Actually, very used with the IFC. At one point I've met with the owner, Aja Madiba, who is the owner of. And we can see how, especially Madiba FC and others, we see that last season, is down to where they have more.
Okay, Ferami, seems network is not our friend this morning, talking about the NLO Super 8. We've been talking with Ferami Omoni there. If we can get us back, we'll be waiting. But right now, it seems we just have to move on. Now, let's we'll be talking about Melantaki Care, where Madiba, Police Barretta, secure wins, talking about the Nationwide League 1 Super 8, where 8 teams are really fighting or jostling for honors who win this year's edition of the Super 8 result. We just read it out there. Dan lost against Madiba FC. Police Barretta won. Spire FC, they lost that game. Bidemi Owuku scoring for Police Barretta, while Jalil Latif and Daniel Wogu both scored for their teams to make it 1-1 between Smart City and Kun Khalifa. FC Ebede lost against Melantaki Care FC, where Awal Abba, Abdulaziz Meyadi, or Dekunle Musliu, they were all on scorer shield there. Well, Melantaki FC is actually from the FCT, hoping to see where all these teams performing well there. And right now, we have to move on. Let's talk about some matches that were played yesterday over there in Europe, where Leicester did well against Nottingham Forest, 4-0 against Nottingham Forest. It was a good one for Madison, who was able to at least put on a cap for his team. Good one for Leicester. And from the way it is, Rayo Vallecano also, they won against Elche 2-1. Hellas Verona, they lost at home. And the city of Verona against Udinese 2-1. It ended there. Now, let's look at the way the table is now standing in the English Premier League fully. You have Arsenal, well, they're still there, topping with just a point ahead of the rampaging Manchester City, where you have the man giant Erling Haaland doing so well for them. Man City are second. They are following suit with 20 goal difference of 20-12. That's between the Arsenal and Manchester City. Spurs are third. They have 17 points. You have Brighton, Chelsea, Manchester United, who actually lost against Man City 6-3 over the weekend. Well, Brighton right now, they are holding down their own there, despite the fact that a lot of people underrate that team, but they've been able to show their strength, standing fourth on the log. And the 7th position belongs to Newcastle United with 11 points after playing 8 matches. Fulham, Liverpool, the team seems to be walking alone this season. 9 on the log with 10 points so far played. Gut actually after 7 matches. You have another one had to do with another B team, Brentford, Everton, Leeds United, Bournemouth, Aston Villa in that pecking order from 10th to 14. West Ham, they're standing 15 on the log. Southampton, Crystal Palace on 17 with just 6 points. You have Wolverhampton Wanderers, who right now are looking for a new manager after sacking Bruno Lage. Leicester City, that win against Nottingham Forest is taking them nowhere yet, because they are just on the same point with the same team they defeated. They have the same point, 4-4 and -8 and -15. Nottingham Forest, despite buying almost a team, right now they've conceded 15 goals so far, -15 there. So poor for Nottingham Forest, where 2 Nigerian strikers, Emmanuel Dennis and Taiwo Awoniyi, right now they will be licking their wounds that why did I move here? Well, that's football, you never can tell. 4 points between Leicester and Nottingham Forest. That's how it is in English Premier League. And now let's look at Italian Serie A. Italian Serie A table also after the match between Hellas Verona and Udinese. Napoli are now they are there. They are topping. Atalanta are also there. They have the same point, 20 point apiece, but on goal difference of 12 against 9 between Atalanta and Napoli. Nigerians there, Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, who scored the goal for Atalanta over the weekend. Also, they're happy that the two teams are top of the table. Udinese are third on the log after winning against Hellas Verona in an away game. Lazio, they are standing fourth. AC Milan, they are standing fifth there. AS Roma defeating Inter Milan at the San Siro, Giuseppe Meazza, as they call it. They are standing sixth with 16 points. Juventus, Sassuolo, Inter Milan, Torino from 6 to 9, or rather 10. Fiorentina, Spezia, Lecce are all standing from 11 to 13. And you have Salernitana, Empoli, Monza, Bologna, Verona, Cremonese. They are all there standing from 14 to 19. And Sampdoria, they are down the log with just 2 points after playing 8 matches. It's not really looking so well for Sampdoria and Cremonese alongside Verona. But right now, Napoli, Atalanta, they are coasting home after 8 matches. They've done well, 20 points apiece. And you have Udinese, Lazio, Milan, and AS Roma also standing, trailing them. Quickly, let's look at UEFA Champions League that will be coming up today. The UEFA Champions League is back, and we have the fixtures where Ajax, Napoli, they will be talking. Liverpool, Rangers, Club Brugge, Atletico Madrid, they'll be facing themselves. I'll be talking with football. Let's see who wins there. Well, from the way it is, these matches will be coming up. 8 matches will be coming up today. Ajax, Napoli, a big one there that you'll be expected to be seeing the likes of Kvaratskhelia. Well, they'll be facing Ajax, youthful Ajax team. Liverpool, will they be walking alone tonight against Scottish team Rangers? Club Brugge will be hosting Atletico Madrid in Belgium as FC Porto. They'll be playing against Bayern Leverkusen. Those are the matches that will be coming up tonight. And you have Bayern Munich against Victoria Plzen, who will be traveling, rather, they'll be in Germany to face Giants, the Bavarians, as they are called. Inter Milan, they will be trying to see how they can turn things around as they lost against Roma. They'll be facing Barcelona. Can they at least withstand the heat from that squad? Marseille will be hosting Sporting Lisbon, while Tottenham Hotspur play away to Eintracht Frankfurt. Will they be able to turn table around this time around after losing against Arsenal? Let's see how that will be happening between Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham Hotspur. Well, I just have to appreciate the fact that all these teams will be playing tonight in the UEFA Champions League. Ajax, Napoli, big match there. You want to see youthful team between Ajax and Napoli, and you have Liverpool and Rangers. They'll be fighting for honors tonight. Well, would they be walking alone against Rangers? Let's see what they'll be doing. Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone, what will he be doing? Can he do it against the team they'll be facing? It is very possible. We're talking about UEFA Champions League, UEFA Club Brugge. Atletico Madrid will be fighting for honors over there in Belgium. Not forgetting FC Porto, they will also be fighting away. Well, we'll be giving you UEFA Champions League. If you are there, just a wrap quickly between all the 4 teams. The first one, Ajax versus Napoli.
Yeah, thank you very much, Adishafe. You know, if you look at the way Ajax and Napoli will be facing each other, it's actually going to be a very tough one for Ajax. And the issue behind it is because of the fact that Napoli right now, they're in a very fine form. They've actually won about 5 matches undisputably, and they are top of the table. Unlike Ajax, who they've actually just won 2 and they've lost 2, and they've drew their last game. They played a 1-1 draw, and so this time around, it's actually going to be it's going to be a clash of titans for them, because Ajax currently they are placed in the 3rd position, and Napoli right now they have all the machinery around. You know, they have, and there's speculations that Victor Osimhen might actually play around, but it's not really certain because he is back to training. So Napoli, and we'll be seeing Nigerian player Kevin Bassey, who also will be in the aim of defense for the dot side. And also, if you look at Liverpool so far this season, they've not really been doing well. You know, they actually had to survive defeat from Brighton over the weekend on Saturday. Already they played 3-3 draw against Brighton and Hove at the Anfield Stadium, and that really led them to be the fact that they've not actually lost a couple of games at Anfield. But although they'll be facing they're not doing fantastic. They're not doing well too in their own sides. Although they won during the weekend, but they are not still the side. They are the shadow of themselves. And also look at Inter Milan, Barcelona. It's actually going to be one of the toughest games of tonight. You know, aside for a very long time they've actually met, and it's been a very long time Barcelona defeated Inter Milan at the San Siro. So it's actually going to be tough one because Inter Milan currently Jose Mourinho's Roma defeated them for the first time in 5 years. That Roma defeating Inter Milan at home. And so it's actually going to be a very tough one again for them. And Barcelona right now, they are at the top of the table. They are doing very well right now in the La Liga. And now to look at Inter Milan, who currently are having issues with the absence of best.
Okay, it seems network has done it again, but quickly before we go, let's take this. Even though we've been talking UEFA Champions League fixtures for tonight, a lot of matches, at least 8 matches, will be coming up in different centers in Europe. Now let's look at these particular 2 stories trending. Where Roy Keane, after that match against Manchester City, Roy Keane looked to the faces of Manchester United hierarchy and said United are disrespecting Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, according to him, the fact that Ronaldo has been touted wanted to leave the last summer and he couldn't go, and right now he's not being featured. And you look at that particular game against Manchester City, where the coach was saying he was trying to respect him. Roy Keane is not actually buying that. We're looking at the fact that, well, you should have started him all this before the match got to that level where they were beating 6-3. Well, that's Roy Keane talking there, that Manchester United are disrespecting Ronaldo. While we're still talking about another one says Cristiano Ronaldo could be allowed to leave Manchester United in January. Well, this man wants to really leave. A lot of things are not going well since he moved back to that club, especially this season. And it's high time the Portuguese actually move away from Old Trafford, where maybe he can get his act together. Something must be done concerning this, and Cristiano Ronaldo could be allowed to leave Manchester United in January. Well, we just have to go now. Our time is up concerning sporting stories on the show 360 Sport on Trust TV. Oluwaferomi Omoni, I want to appreciate your time with us. And right now, as I always say, that sport is business and fitness. Enjoy most of these matches and always make sure you do sport. I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.